It's Fitzpatrick, it's Peters, and it's they're I was shooting. I can't think of his name. They're a wide receiver that are fantastic. When they need the big plays, their big players make those plays. We saw that against Westfield. Same thing happened against Fishers. If you can shut those key players down, you can beat them, but it's hard shutting them down.
5A, New Pal number 1, Columbus East number 2, Bloomington South number 3, Kokomo 4, Fort Wayne Snyder number 5. Fort Wayne loses this week. I talked with Coach from Columbus East. I tell you what, Bob is very happy with his team, but I tell you, it may come down to the championship sectional of Columbus East, New Pal. Whoever wins that one, I think, wins the 5A state championship.
It could be crazy. I mean, you could possibly see, Westfield or Snyder take on New Pal or Columbus East in the state title. That'd be a whale of a football game.
Yep.
So New Pal, you have to figure out a way of how to stop them. They've been averaging well into the 60s all season long, and even last year too. I think they scored 72 points in that state championship game a year ago against New Prairie. So you just have to find a way to shut their offense down, and nobody's had any luck in doing so this year.
The crazy stat that we have seen, and we saw this 2 weeks ago, I think, they've scored in every possession but 2. They threw an interception before halftime, and then the other was what I think
they punted twice.
Yeah, they punted twice.
At the end of the half.
66 points a game.
Yes.
How are you going to stop that? I don't care who it is. Not going to be Columbus East. Not going to be Bloomington South. Not going to be Kokomo. Just give them the title now.
And if I had a vote, Alex Neely would be my Mr. Football.
Yeah, we talked about that Friday night, didn't
we?
A little bit. 4A, Evansville Rights, great ball club. Northview, we'll go back to Northview, some things that I didn't really realize. Lowell, Jasper, Plymouth. Jasper has to play Evansville Rights to get to title land.
One of the biggest games in Evansville is going to happen this coming Friday at the Wrights Bowl, and that's going to be Wrights going up against Mater Dei. They are also undefeated. I don't care what class it is, that's going to be a fight.
Yep.
You bring up the 4A, obviously, a team that has kind of struggled throughout the year, sitting at about 500. It's weird to think about all the teams whose records are around the 500 area right now. You look at, of course, a Ben Davis, a Warren Central, even Cathedral sitting there with 2 losses. You've got the Brebeuf Braves 4-4, Bishop Chatard 4-4. Well, in the 4A, Roncalli Rebels 4-4. It's a team that definitely has had some bumps throughout the road, but every team has, and this is a team that will know when to turn it on, and that is when the playoffs come around. I think that they're a team to look out for in 4A, especially with New Pal out of the entire thing. You guys talked about New Pal. I think Kyle Raup has the best chance out of all the high school coaches. I mean, you can throw in a Strife in there. You can throw in a couple of other coaches to reach the collegiate level and coach at the next level. I think that he has the offense, the ability to do that. But with them out of 4A, I think Roncalli might be the team that's gonna surprise a lot of people when you might be talking to them come turkey time.
Brent, 25 years for Bruce Seifries this year, and what a tremendous football coach, a great man that he is, a great leader. And I have to agree with Brent. I think this is a team that we need to watch. 4-4 doesn't mean a thing right now.
3A, Gibson Southern, West Lafayette, Heritage Hills, North Harrison, and Guerin Catholic. We saw the Guerin Catholic game. They are huge. They are big. They are healthy now. They could surprise some people.
Yeah, Class 3A, it's kind of a skirt, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a lot of disparity, and at the top of the Class 3A top 5, don't put all your eggs, don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Yep.
Type thing. All these teams have been playing somewhat cupcakes compared to the schedule that a Brebeuf has gone against, the schedule that a Chatard has gone against, the schedule that even a Guerin has gone against. The reason why I put Guerin in the top 5 instead of having, of course, Bishop Chatard in the top 5 is just due to the simple fact that Guerin beat them head to head. This top 5 does not really mean anything. I mean, Gibson Southern's undefeated, West Lafayette's undefeated, Heritage Hills and North Harrison each have around 1 loss, and they're all in the top 6, 7 coaches poll as well as the AP poll. But I think, of course, Sectional 29 is something to look out for, and a team that's really starting to come together in the end is actually the team that won state last year, and that's Tri-West. They have the MVP of last year's state championship in the 3A class. And that was, Wes Cook. He's a great running back. Look for him to really make some noise once the tournament comes around. But still, you've got that very first game, Brebeuf versus Bishop Chatard. I think the winner of that's going to have a lot of play on who's going to go all the way. And I think Chatard, of course, moving down from 4A back to 3A, where they have won a plethora of state championships, will definitely be the team to beat.
You talk about West Lafayette sitting at number 3 there or number 2 in Class 3A. There is some really good football being played up in Tippecanoe County, and sure as heck isn't at Ross-Ade Stadium, but but West Lafayette and Lafayette Central Catholic are both very, very good this year, as they are playing each other too at the end of this season. Here this coming week, so that should be one whale of a football game between number 2 in Class 3A and number 1 in Class 1A. But yeah, that's definitely going to be the best football game in Lafayette this week.
Ask him how good Northern Illinois is.
All I know is